What's good, Joe? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles. You are listening, Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where you know we always keep it real. Today's a special episode. I'm here with Stat Baby, Treasure, I know her as, and it's some Eagles, Steelers preview right now. But we got a big Steelers fan in the building. Welcome
Yes.
on to Real Talk again. Happy to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. And it's time. We was talking about this weeks ago. They don't even know. We were like, nah, when this week comes,
Yeah.
be prepared. So I'm here, you're here, I'm ready to talk.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to first start it off like how'd you even become a Steelers fan? Cause like, ain't you from Tampa? Why you not a Bucks fan?
Yeah. I was never a Bucks fan. So growing up, my dad is a diehard Steelers fan. If y'all watch it is what it is. He goes by Papa Stat. That's my dog. We're besties. So growing up together, we were always watching the Steelers game. And even to add to that, we're the best. Okay. We're tied for the most Super Bowls. We are a winning team. Mike T, he is that guy, one of the best coaches in the league. And he's a black coach. What's not to love? What's not to like? So I think we the best. I even think I know we the best. And
You
that's
know you the
that.
best. Rich history. I like Mike Tomlin though. I like him. I say on the Eagles side, I ain't gonna lie, Deshaun Jackson made me the Eagles fan. But like my dad's crazy. Like you followed your dad's footsteps. I was never gonna follow my dad's footsteps. He was a Cowboys fan. And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna put myself through that.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. But I saw Deshaun Jackson, it's like the miracle in the Meadowlands when he caught a walk-off touchdown. It was like a punt return
Uh-huh.
uh, against the Giants in 2010. I was like 9 years old. I was like, okay, this gonna be my team. And then ever since then, me and my dad would troll each other. I was telling you before we recorded, I'm like, yeah, me and my dad gonna go to the game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a whole lot of trolling, all of that. Kind of wish Dak was playing so it'd be
Yeah.
a little bit more competitive, but you never
Now,
know.
but it's not even as fun with Dak not playing. It's just like, damn, like we already like to kick them in the dirt. No offense to Cowboys fans, but now it's just like, you already know
Yeah,
the outcome. I already know
yeah.
how it's gonna go.
I'm saying so. That's what that is there.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like we got the Eagles Steelers preview. Eagles Steelers tomorrow, 4:25 afternoon game. Trying to think of like what like friendly wager we can do. And we gonna post this. So maybe some of y'all in the comments can like jot down like what y'all want the loser to do. But I don't know, like in the event the Eagles lose, which ain't gonna happen, but let's just say it happened.
Womp womp.
Um I'll make an apology to Steelers Nation. I'll send it to you. I'll put it. I'll put it on the real talk. You know,
Okay.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I think we're deserving of that because everybody was doubting us in the beginning for whatever reason. What would I do if the Eagles win? I don't have any Eagles gear, so it's like I don't know. I'm definitely gonna leave it up to the comments. The comment that gets the most hearts is what I'll do. I'll leave it
All
up to
right,
y'all.
bet.
Just saying a
That's
lot
it.
because I don't know what y'all. I don't know what y'all are gonna suggest,
Hey,
but
Eagles fans crazy, so
yeah,
hey, be prepared. Be
yeah.
prepared, bro. Let's start off with this Eagles drama.
Mm.
It dominated all headlines. When working at Fox and that's all they talking about, I'm like, bruh, I gotta make content about Brandon Graham. Gotta make content about AJ Brown, all this stuff. I always give a little timetable. So like the Eagles, they like barely beat the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
Like 22-16. I think Bryce Young, he been playing better, but that's a team, the Eagles. Like you see the Lions, they 50 balling teams. Like sometimes you guys go ahead and blow a team out. Hurts had like 108 passing yards, wasn't a great game from him. So they asked AJ Brown, hey, what's the issue with the offense? He said one word, passing. Then the day after that, Brandon Graham, who's the most tenured Eagle of all time, he's a Philly legend, well respected captain. He's out for the year, but he's still, when he was playing, he was balling. But he said, Hurts is trying on his podcast. Hurts is trying, and I mean, 11 could be a little better with how he responds to things. He said they were friends before this, and it's like, man, the things have changed, and I understand that because life happens. And then that put the media in a frenzy. And then Hertz was like, "We good." AJ was like, "We good." So, what is your thoughts on all of this Eagles drama? Do you feel like it's blown out of proportion? You feel like AJ Brown or Brandon Graham it was out of pocket, or even like the relationship between Hertz and AJ? Just go whatever you want.
So first of all, I hate all of it. Okay, if you're gonna be going back and forth, make it a different team, not within your own team. We all know that this matchup tomorrow is one of the best matchups, Eagles versus Steelers. This is a game that a lot of people are going to be tuned into. Why would we allow access to any sort of distraction? This is not the time to be talking about your quarterback and your wide receiver. It's not the time. Like, there's time for a lot of things. If you want to go on a podcast and say what you got to say, cool. I understand it's an interview. You're just answering questions. But even the way AJ Brown just said, look, we need to work on passing and kept it short, keep it short. Okay. We don't have time for this. Y'all especially don't have time for this. And this is coming from me, for somebody who likes a completely different team. And I think
Mhm.
even now internally, it's like people are expecting passes to be thrown to AJ Brown just to counter that, oh, there's no beef, there's no problem. And that poses issues for you guys. So I just think the whole
100%.
thing is silly. I don't understand what was the point of yapping.
100%. I was critical of Brandon Graham. I'm like, when you start something off and say, I don't know all the details, shut up, dog. Shut up. If you don't know all the details, then you're talking about two grown men and their relationship. And everything's on the we're talking about what's talking about whatever was talked about like before Brandon Graham, it was on the field. And you talking about like personal stuff. You talking about stuff off the field. Look, I don't know. Maybe they friends, maybe they not, maybe it changed. I don't know. But all I know is when AJ and Hurts have played this season together, they've been undefeated. We're on a 9 game winning streak. We snapping. Could Hurts play better? Yeah, I think a lot of times he plays down to his competition. But I've always said this: I would rather have a quarterback who, against like bad teams, maybe like plays a little bit bad, but against the great elite teams, he plays up to that level, than somebody who against the elite teams plays bad. So I'll take that. But things got to improve, and I think with AJ, people was critical of him. I think I don't know if it was a shot at Hurts. I feel like it was just like, yo, like this offense got to be better. I'm looking at the coaching staff because, and we're gonna get into like the matchups and predictions and all this stuff. And I think the only way that y'all really make this a game is if the Eagles, what they have been accustomed to do. So it's not like a crazy take or whatever, but they've been accustomed in the first quarter not to be that good. Like be literally like the worst offense in the league in the first quarter. So if y'all can keep it close midway through, all y'all need is like a takeaway or something to make it good. But I agree, like it puts too much like pressure on Hertz and AJ to get the ball early. And now fans in Philly gonna be real antsy and be like, where AJ at? Is he getting the ball? When I think this might be a big Saquon Barkley game. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah,
But
I have thoughts on that, but I'll comment on it
we'll
later.
comment on that later. Well, on the Steelers side, thoughts on Russell Wilson this season, because I looked at it as, all right, you got a vet in Russ. He didn't have the best, couple seasons with the Broncos for sure. Uh, then you bring in Justin Fields. It's funny because it was like a period in the offseason where Eagles fans was saying we should bring in Justin Fields as like a backup. I was like, heck no, heck no. But off topic there, but Steelers stuff, I feel like y'all looked at Fields as he's the future. Best case scenario is Fields, because let's keep it at being like he's way younger. It's more incentivized for him to go ahead and be the starter and cook and all that stuff. Y'all had a good record with Fields. So what's your reaction to Russ's play this season? And when you heard that Russ was going to take over Fields, who had a winning record and all that, how'd you react to both of those things?
Yeah, so to be transparent, at first I was like, why the hell are we putting Russell Wilson in? Because I think we all saw what was going down in Denver, and it really was just an issue between him and Sean Payton. I think it made him look like he wasn't as good. They weren't off to a great start at all. So initially, when we had Justin Fields playing and we're winning our games, that's what we wanted. Because I mean, we had the switch previously, obviously, from having Kenny Pickett. We weren't where we needed to be, and Justin Fields helped us get over that hump. But Russell Wilson took us from good to great. Okay. He was definitely that difference maker that we needed to open up our offense. Then we have, champion quarterback paired with a champion, coach. It's just a great little pot, a great little mixture of all the things nice you need to be Super Bowl contenders. And that's why I think the Steelers are genuine Super Bowl contenders. I know we have a lot of teams to look out for in the AFC. There's the Chiefs, there's the Bills, but besides those two teams, we're right there. So I think that Russell Wilson now I can say I trust him because at first, when Mike T made that decision, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. But you can't deny that Russ has great leadership. Everybody in the team is happy, and that's what we needed to kind of formulate this good bond and this good thing that we've got going on right now. So I'm happy with the decision. I'm happy for Russell Wilson and excited to see what happens for these next games because we have a pretty hard schedule for the rest
I
of the
will
year.
say my favorite moment from Russ this season was when against the Ravens, y'all drew them off sides.
Mhm.
And then after that, John, he like danced. I ain't
I
never
was
skipped
like, where
Russ yet. I'm
the
like,
they were
I'm
like,
like,
we didn't know he had that in him, but hey.
like, yo, he more like stoic. Like, yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, he like having fun, all of
Facts.
that. I do believe that that move from Mike Tomlin, because a lot of stuff, a lot of times, and I fall victim to this too. Like, we might make comments about a coaching decision and be like, oh, y'all should do this. And
Right.
it's like, hey, Mike Tomlin, these coaches be with them every day. So they be knowing, they know who nice. That's why like I be seeing some guys, people like, hey, why he not starting all this stuff? And sometimes it might be true. And but other times it's like, hey, like the coach know who nice. He know,
Let
all
the
of that
coach
stuff.
coach. Let me, we can watch, we can have our opinions, and it makes sense to us. But on the other end, we don't know what's going on in that locker room.
100%.
And then I don't know if you've seen Hard Knocks. When I've been watching these shows and kind of the team's dynamic, it showed me a different side. I was like, let me shut up. Let me y'all do what y'all do because y'all know what y'all talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Tomlin inserting Russ, that's a coach of the year type of move. Like, I think if the Steelers win the AFC North, get a top 3 seed, they probably set for that. Like, yeah, you got to go ahead and give him that. Um, cool. What about Fields being like, I see him like, and sometimes like he might be inserted like on like a third and short, a fourth and short. Like, do you feel like they're gonna use Fields in this game a little bit, or
In this game, I don't like for the remaining schedule just because it's so difficult. I don't see them, but it makes sense. He's like, let me just make sure he's still got it, make sure he's
the
understanding
gadget guy?
things, and,
Yeah,
like he's still learning under us, even though like he has all the capabilities to be better than he is. He's just kind of getting there and formulating it. So I like the position that he's in. I know it's not as traditional to kind of have people swapping in, but it's like we know we have a solid backup if anything were to happen to us, and they can kind of go feed off of each other. So now I'm okay with that decision. Initially, I was just like, this is weird, but it's making sense and it's working for us, and we're able to make those adjustments to continue to keep winning games.
100%. We'll get into the matchups of this game. First, gotta note that that was a big injury in this whole for this game. I don't know if I'm moving forward, but for this game, star wide receiver, Mr. Crash Out, George Pickens. I be liking it. He like give me like Dylan Brooks vibes in the
Yeah.
interviews, but like we need a villain sometimes. I like it. I think it's hilarious. But George Pickens, Russ's best deep threat. I'm gonna give y'all a little stat here. Wilson, who leads the league in completion percentage on deep passes per next gen stats, has connected with Pickens on half of those shots this season. So this is a significant loss. Talking about matchups, like what are some matchups that you want to see or that you're looking for in this Steelers Eagles game?
Yeah, well, even with George Pickens out, it's unfortunate, but we've shown that we can still win without him. I'm not saying we're moving forward without him. We love him on our
Mhm.
team. And as far as like receivers, we've seen Antonio Brown. Like this is not new to Pittsburgh because Mike Tomlin knows how to reel these players in, and that's why he is who he is, and he's good at what he does. As far as matchups, kind of like I was saying earlier, I'm expecting more passes to AJ Brown, which is why I'm seeing some interceptions. We've been doing pretty good at that throughout the year. Definitely want to look out for Minka Fitzpatrick or even, rookie Beanie Bishop. They've been playing pretty good throughout the year. Of course, I love TJ Watt. He's been great, especially having like some of the most sacks that we've had throughout the season. So I think that y'all actually have a lot of things to worry about. I don't want you guys to go into this game thinking that it's going to be smooth because it's not. We have a lot of key players on offense, on defense, on special teams. We can come at you at any corner. We can make adjustments. I mean, we've seen during the Bengals game, people didn't even think that the Steelers could be high scoring. We proved that was wrong. So we've made adjustments per game. And I think we got adjustments waiting for y'all too. We know y'all got Saquon. He's a beast.
Mm,
He's a beast, but
mm.
we're ready to stop that run game. And that's what's going
That's
to
what's
happen.
gonna happen. Really? All right. So let me talk about this match. I want to see. I want to see this Eagles offensive line versus this Steelers offensive line. I mean, defensive line. Sorry about that. I want to see the Eagles offensive line versus the Steelers defensive line. I'm looking at TJ Watt. I'm seeing, yo, great player. No disrespect, but I got Lane Johnson. I got Jordan Mailata. I got some all pros right there. I mean, look, they asked Jordan Mailata about the whole AJ Brown Hurts drama. He's like, this not the AJ Brown Jalen Hurts show. This the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. We talking about that. I love that mindset. So I'm looking for this Eagles offensive line to have another dominant performance. We dominated the Ravens, dominated them. Just kept running the ball, running the ball. Then fourth quarter happened. Saquon Barkley 25-yard run to the crib. So look, like, I ain't gonna disrespect y'all. Like, I do think like the first quarter, y'all probably gonna limit Saquon, even like the second quarter. But come that second half, y'all better be scared of that man Saquon. He gonna come and get a big gain. Maybe I see him against the Saints, 60 yards to the crib against the Rams, 270-yard touchdowns. I mean, that's our home run hitter. Like they be talking about Shohei, Judge, Mookie, like whoever you want to call it, like Saquon, that's our man. That's our man. So
And
like,
he is, and I hear you, and I know he's your savior, and I love that for you. I love that for you. But you're bringing up Saints, you're bringing up Ravens. They are not comparison to the Steelers, and I don't understand why you're talking like this is going to be a blowout because it's not. I
it's
think you guys have a
really bad.
lot more to worry about. Russell Wilson himself is 6-0 versus the Eagles. He hasn't lost to y'all. We're 10-3. We won the last 7 of our 8 games. Okay, we had a boo boo game against the Browns, but things happen. We have the 4th best run defense in the league, and if y'all are gonna rely on running just from Saquon, watch out.
Hey, look,
You can't, you can't use just that.
look.
Okay,
You mentioned the Ravens, and y'all beat them by not scoring touchdowns. So the Eagles,
adjustments,
all right,
adjustments. We call it adjustment.
adjustment.
Okay,
Here's the thing, right? We not the Ravens because the Ravens be trying to throw the rock sometimes and not give the ball to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had 13 carries that game. He had 5 yards a carry. If they maybe gave him 20 carries, he might have had. I mean, he was on pace to go for a buck 20. So the only thing that I'm a little bit nervous about is the fact that all this drama might, limit some of the carries Saquon may have. But I hope that the Eagles stay to their identity, keep running the ball. Now it's gonna be times like Hurts gonna have to throw it. Like I ain't gonna disrespect y'all. Like Hurts gonna have to throw it.
mhm.
But I remember last time AJ played y'all,
I seen it.
he said, Tune, both of them, 3 tutties. I think a big game from AJ Brown coming. Big
Yeah,
game coming.
yeah. I mean, shout out to him. That's cute, but it takes a team.
Okay.
And y'all
Okay.
got good playmakers, but so do we. So I think this is gonna be a good game, and I don't think it's
All
gonna be
right,
a blowout
like
at any end.
offensively for y'all,
Yeah.
because talking about y'all defense, I got some big names, but I think the Eagles defense is better. I mean, we got the Caucasian cornerback. Shout out my man Cooper DeJean. He's him. We saw what he did to Derrick Henry. Dumped him. Dumped
Yeah,
him. Quinyon Mitchell. Just he's another rookie cornerback going crazy this season. Jalen Carter in the defensive line. Shout out to Bruz, Nakobe Dean out there in the linebackers, Zach Bond playing at the all pro level. So all three levels of the defense, we got playmakers there.
yeah.
So with George Pickens being out, who y'all about to go to? Is it you think Firemouth about to have
Uh,
a game?
yeah. I think he's gonna have a good game. We still got Calvin Austin, Najee Harris. He can run. Like we have key playmakers on both sides. Okay, and I think the thing that we're worrying about most is our defense, which we still have a strong core. We got T.J. Watt, we got Patrick Queen, we got Alex Highsmith. I told you we got Minka. Like on both sides, y'all have players to worry about. This was never going to be an easy game for either parties. So the delusion might be kicking in, Eagles fans. Exhibit A, it's not going to be easy for anyone.
We gonna it's gonna be interesting to see. I will say I am nervous about the turnovers. I am nervous about that. I'm nervous about y'all lead the league in takeaways, and that has helped y'all a lot. You feel me? So I'll give y'all that respect. I think if we're asking Hurst to throw the ball 30 plus times, that plays right into your hands, and we don't need that. That's what happened when y'all play Lamar Jackson. He throwing the ball all the time. That's not the strength of the Eagles. Throw the ball more than they pass, throw the ball more than they run.
Mm,
So that's something I'm wary of, and I'll give y'all that. I feel like for the Eagles to lose, though, like it's gotta be like self-inflicted wounds. Maybe it's y'all making plays, takeaways, but like unless it's turnovers from the Eagles or them going off to that super slow start in the first quarter, which they have been accustomed to doing, I just don't. I mean, when you got all these playmakers, it's like, all right, you got all these talented players. I mean, the spread, I seen the spread, it was like 5.5. I'm
yeah,
like,
it
oh
was.
yeah. At first I saw it, I was like, that's a lot of points. Cause
Yeah,
I give Mike Tomlin credit. And it's kind of like an argument against what I'm trying to say, but or me saying the Eagles gonna blow him out. But what Mike Tomlin do, he be winning games against teams nobody expect them
facts,
to beat. But
facts.
then he played the Cowboys, who was an underdog, and then y'all lay an egg. I'm like, what's going? Oh, like the Browns. I'm like,
Yeah,
it'd be weird.
yeah. It happens though. It's always the teams that you kind of least expect. And that's why it's like you guys are definitely on our radar. I think we're more than prepared for the matchup, which I'm saying it's not going to be easy, but I don't know. Like you said, Eagles having self-inflicted problems. That's kind of what the Ravens did to themselves in our games, in which we do have to do a redo of that matchup. And not if it's not next week, the week after, which I'm pretty sure it's next week. So we'll see what happens there. But I don't know. You guys, you guys are an interesting team too. Because it's like you guys do have a good run game, but then you're last in passing attempts. Like it doesn't really make sense. It's kind of like which side of the Eagles are we going to get this game?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm hoping this side.
Yeah,
But that's all I
it's
can
gonna
really
be
do.
good. It's gonna be good. Score prediction. You got a
Yeah,
score prediction for the game. You give yours, give your reasons, and I'll give
yeah,
mine.
yeah. I'm gonna go Steelers 24, Eagles 20. I think that you guys usually put up more points. Obviously, have good games, and we've seen that we can put up more points on our Steelers offense. But I do think it's going to be pretty even. I think it's going to be close throughout. I think if you guys have a slow start, that makes us have a slow start, and then we figure it out as the quarters progress. But that's what I'm going with. Maybe about 2 touchdowns, some weird things in between, because that's always what happens. It's like, oh, this happened or this happened, so that's what I'm guessing. But yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a close game. I don't think it's gonna be no blowout the way you talking like it's about to be.
Who you think gonna have a great game offensively and then a great game defensively? I mean, TJ Wow. I mean, that's a kind of a
Yeah,
given, but it could be other guys too. But offensively, who y'all? Who you got?
yeah. I'm gonna go with running the ball a little bit more. So hopefully Najee Harris. I think that passing, like, we're gonna try to shake it up because we don't have George Pickens, so he can try a Calvin Austin or a Frymuth, something like that. But I think that we're gonna try a different approach for this game because we know that also Russell Wilson loves to throw the ball. But when you don't have too many options, you kind of just have to figure it out. So that's what I think offensively. Maybe you want to switch it up and run a little bit. And then defensively, I mean, I can always count on TJ Watt. So those are
He's crazy. Yeah,
players I'm looking at. Yeah.
he's different. He's different. I'll say. You got something else?
No.
All right, boom. So I think it's gonna be 24-10. I 24-10
Okay.
Eagles. 24-10 Eagles. It's gonna be comfortable win. Offensively, play the game. Saquon Barkley. I mean, he's just making strides each week to break Eric Dickerson's record. I think he's gonna get a buck 40. I mean, if Tyrone Tracy, if he can get a buck 40, what can Saquon get? Damn near a buck 80. So I think that is playing into our hands for sure. I think AJ Brown has like 80 yards, a touchdown. Uh, I think they'll piss me off early though and have a slow first quarter and then dominate the second quarter. But I do expect Hurts to have a big bounce back game. One thing about Hurts, whenever he's doubted or he's like, "What? Oh, Hurts, not this, not that," but he proved people wrong every time. A little bit like Russ. So we can kind of connect on that. We got two quarterbacks that have been doubted and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Not a coincidence, not a coincidence that they black quarterbacks too. I'm gonna just say that
Ah,
with some real talk.
it.
Um, defensively too, I look at Jalen Carter having himself a game. I
Yeah.
think that he stops the run, and the more times Russ throws, I mean, it's gonna have to come for y'all like fire move for Austin, like you said, or Mike Williams, or one of them to have a breakout game. I just don't see that against this Eagles secondary. But again, in the event the Steelers win,
Mhm.
I'm on record. I'm saying it. Yeah, I'll record an apology to Steelers Nation, to Treasure, to
Yep.
Stat, and all of them. I
Yep.
might even shout out your pops, be like, "Hey, pops,
Yep.
sorry,
Need
Unc, sorry, Unc." But that's what it is. That's what it is. But yeah, 24-10. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
This is definitely going to be a good game, and I'm actually like, we have to go on live or something because I'm ready. I'm
I was
ready.
saying,
This is funny.
I was saying.
And
So we'll definitely figure something out. But
yeah,
you let the people know, just you so big time. But you let the people know where to find you, all this stuff. Check out the
yeah,
stat, what y'all doing, all that.
yeah. So you can follow me on Instagram at Treasure Wilson with an X. You can check out the show. It is what it is. I'm your host, Stat Baby, with my co-hosts Cameron and Mace. And we got good content every day. Y'all can check in on YouTube. My own show is Check Out the Stat. Make sure y'all check out the stat. Talk about different
Link
topics.
in bio.
And yeah, just fun stuff, sports, entertainment. There's a lot going on in the world right now. We talk about all of it. So make sure y'all tap in.
That's what's up. Well, appreciate you.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Thanks.
be a game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Gonna love it. Again, all of y'all right now, link in the description to all the stats channels, all that stuff. Be sure to show some love and like, comment, subscribe, show it a friend, show it a friend. It's real talk. It's Stat Baby. MJ. Stat, Treasure, whatever you want to call it. Steelers, Eagles. We out.